It has to be the Rune of Sustenance. Or we super risk the Biscuit with the Showdown. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. Thank you all so much for taking the time to support the channel. I hope you're having a magical day. Playing with green, blue, and black Sultai Midrange with some of your favorite cards, looking to ramp and outvalue your opponent as quickly as possible. In today's video, we'll break down the deck list, talk about the strategies, the synergies, then demonstrate all of this within the gameplay footage, wrapping up with my closing thoughts. Make sure to like the video, show your support, subscribe to the channel, and tell your friends, right? They don't want to miss out on these cool decks either. Now let's take a look. Alrighty then. Outpace is a black, blue, and green mid-range deck looking to ramp and play some fatties. We have a 3.6 average mana value with 14 creatures, 22 non-creatures, and 24 lands. However, you know, within today's video, it feels like we're playing with about 40 lands. It's one of those days. But nonetheless, this is a very cool deck. We have some very interesting synergies here, primarily within Kato Shizuki for 3 mana as a 3 loyalty planeswalker. At the beginning of your end step, if Kato entered the battlefield this turn, he will phase out. +1, draw a card, then discard a card unless you've attacked this turn. -2, create a 1/1 blue ninja creature token with this creature cannot be blocked. Or -7, and now this is the cherry on top for our deck. You get an emblem with whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search your library for a blue or black creature, put it into the battlefield, and then shuffle. And what are we doing with that? Well, we have Junji, the Midnight Sky, we have the Silent Spider, and we have the Hullbreaker Horror, which is really cool. And these are some really interesting creatures that we can pull from the deck to play. You know, say no more. And the nice synergy here is through Junji, the Midnight Sky, as, you know, an additional layer to the play, as a 5-drop 5/5 with Flying and Menace. When it dies, choose one. Each opponent discards 2 cards and you lose 2 life, or put a non-dragon creature card from your graveyard into the battlefield under your control. You lose 2 life. So Kato can draw and then discard. We can toss a Hullbreaker Horror, get Junji out early. Junji dies. Hullbreaker Horror comes back from the grave. What? And we can also kill our own Junji if we so choose with Deadly Dispute on our opponent's end step. Right? Drawing 2 cards, creating a treasure if we want, and we have something cool to play with Junji from our grave. We can also force that discard, which is fairly good as well. So some really nice playability here. You know, getting the Spider back, getting the Hullbreaker Horror back from the grave, which is fantastic. We will be ramping in today's deck to slam into Storm the Festival. And, you know, this can play Junji, this can play the Spider, this can play Binding of the Old Gods in, you know, multiples. So you're getting a nice discount here. Flashback for 10 as well, which is nice. So the original casting cost is only 6, and you'll look at the top 5 cards of your library, putting 2 of them that are permanent cards with mana value 5 or less into the battlefield, and then the rest go into the bottom of the library. So this is absolutely fantastic. The replayability of this is great. And now, how do we get there? Well, we're ramping. We've got Shambling Gas as a 1/1. When it dies, you can create a treasure or give -1/-1 to a creature an opponent controls. We also have Deadly Dispute to sack a creature, talking about this a little bit. We can create a treasure, draw 2 cards, you know, sacking the Ghast with the Dispute, make 2 treasures, draw 2 cards. We cannot complain. Path to the Festival, drawing a basic land for us, and then if we have 3 or more, you know, permanent colors, we can scry 1, which is great. Flashback here as well through 5, so the reoccurring ramp. Binding of the Old Gods is not only removal, but ramp. Searching your library for a basic forest card, putting it into the battlefield, tapping and shuffling. On entry, destroy target non-land permanent opponent controls, and then finally giving all of your creatures death touch. Ayo! What? Hullbreaker Horror, you guys know this. This is a 7/8 for 7 with flash, can't be countered. Whenever you cast a spell, either return spell from the stack to the owner's hand, or a permanent card from the field to their hand. Fantastic. The Spider, when it enters play as a 4/4 for 5, will look and exile a card from an opponent's graveyard, library, you know, all over the place. I think even their hand. Exile a card from their graveyard, then we get to search their graveyard, hand, and library, yeah, so everywhere, except already in exile, for cards with the same name. That player shuffles, and as long as you control Katosi, you may play one of those exiled cards and spend mana as though we're any color. So this is fantastic. I love this ability. So cool. Warrior's Disruption can counter unless they pay 1 for 2, acting as runes on the back end as well. That's the deck. I think we speed ran through this. Soaring City can bounce. Mire can mill and grab, which is nice. And then the snowlands for the binding, along with, you know, the dual lands and the pathways for consistency. That's the deck. Enjoy today's gameplay footage. You guys are playing against not only the best decks in the world, but the best players, which is so much fun for me as a creator. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, share the channel to your friends, your families. Check out the Linktree link. We've got lots of cool goodies there. And maybe even become a YouTube member, because we're going to be opening this up for the crew. And then we have a community day planned. No date on that yet, but it's soon. Stay tuned. And we are going to play games against you all day long, which is going to be super exciting. So enjoy today's Outpace Sultai ramp deck, and we'll wrap up after that. Going first, I don't really care for the hand, in all honesty, so I will mulligan this. I like this a lot better, and we'll toss the Hullbreaker. Well, man, there's no black source here either, though. I think we have to mulligan again, keep 5, toss the Festival. Guess toss a Ghast as well. Chasm in play, Shambling Ghast with Walry on the side. Unfortunate mulligan there. I mean, they kill the Ghast. We get binding off. Grab a land. Oh, no treasure. It's exiled. Nice. There's a land, though, that we needed. Beautiful. We can get something good with our spider. Here's a counterspell, without doubt.
Get in, get out. Easy mission. It's like your defenses aren't even there.
They could kill Kato here. Don't really want to discard either of these, and if we pull a land, I don't want to discard that either, right? So we may as well receive some value.
Oh, that's some serious counter.
And, I mean, it's a 1/1 that can't be blocked. What value is this? But well, I mean, it could be something. What do we take away from them? The Prismari command, most likely. Oh, we take the Celestus. Naggle Daggle. I don't know what they'd use this 1 mana on. Bounce the 1/1 we have. Nice little time waste there. I do it too, though. Sometimes. Ah, I'll tap it for mana anyways. Even though you're not spending it on anything. Expressive Iteration is out. You know, looking at the top 3. 1 into hand, 1 into exile to play this turn, and 1 back to the library. On the bottom. There's hand. Here's bottom of library. Here's exile to play this turn. 3rd land out. Let's hit for 1. Ideally, they cast. They do with another command that taps them. Make a treasure, which should be fine. Right, Spell Pierce isn't going to counter a creature. Kind of want the Celestis for myself. Oof. That was their only copy of it. Okay, so this is problematic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They could play to 7. So they could literally play this for 4 and cast the Opus for 2 immediately. That's not great. That's not great. So that's this out. We have 4 mana. Let's swing in, pull the Opus. Then we Kato gassed. And are in big trouble still. Huh? No. Why even declare it as a blocker? Oh my lord. I don't know, man. I do not know what just happened. It's so confusing to me. They just don't care about it. They could have dominated us. I mean, they still did, but... Why not just deal 4 damage to the spider? Unless they have another copy in hand? But they were empty-handed when they pulled it off. Oh, I wonder what I'll do with this. There's a little blockage. Let's grab a treasure. This is probably a good game.
There are many secrets I don't know, but not for long. Now this is a juicy secret.
Let's draw a card. Well, that certainly makes things harder. Dang, yo. Kato, we need you to -6. I want that Hullbreaker action. So that egg is going to smash us. We're taking 10 damage probably minimum. If not more, right? They may have lethal just through egg triggers. Did they target their own creature with the dragon flame? Question mark. Oh, I would. Really, not hitting us with the dragon. If they don't have counter magic here. Immediately go with the Planeswalker ability before they can interact.
There's no secret I
1,
can't
2, 3,
uncover.
4, 5, 6, 7. What if... Oh, we had the Celestis. Never mind. Oh, well, at least this... We can pay 3 this way. Better than 2. Probably just a counterspell. So they're going to look for a counterspell here. 4 mana still up. They get it? They must. 7 cards in hand. We can see 2 of them. 5 unknowns. Well, they're going to kill Kato for sure. Right? There's 5 damage to him. Is there a counterspell? 2 mana up still. No. They don't bounce anything. Okay, interesting. Now, can I have that Hullbreaker back real quick? There's another land. Another Dawn Crowned, which basically seals the deal. Especially when you draw like that, man. We can toss it, I guess. I would have loved to have spidered that dragon's egg, though. Maybe we can pull another spider. I don't know what the holdup is here. Nice draw, bro. Dudley. I don't know what our opponent's doing. Oh, gosh. Alright, so we take 4. We get tapped out. They draw. We do draw and discard here. 1, 4. We do have a legendary, though, so it's only 3. Let's get rid of this and cast the city. We can bounce the token. Imagine ramping your opponent just before this. Can we not cast this for 3? We have a legendary. And a treasure. Only legendary creatures. Going first with bad land. Keep 6, toss Junji. Focus on ramping. Storm on 3 and potentially 4. Hook on 5. Enchantments. That's great. Fantastic. I mean, we're positioned fairly well. We're on the play, so maybe we get it. You would. You would, wouldn't you? Let's try to pull some additional value out of this hand. An announcement. It's not bad. I think we just keep getting after it. I like that binding quite a bit. Right, so we're gonna pull out another creature here. Hopefully they don't double cast enchantments. Oof. Not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could block. There's really no point. We'll gain that life back anyways. And then we, I think, take their life total down as well. So the Splendor doesn't trigger. Which is fairly important to us. Ghast in play. And we have to keep that Splendor from getting lots of value. Felidar retreat. Oh no, into a land. Yikes. And they get that 1/1, it flips. Let's kill the Splendor. Last turn, we chump block. Mommy's back in play. That sucks. We need another meat hook. Oh my lord. That's good. Too bad we can't sacrifice an enchantment. Already a 4/4. Ah, that seems fair. Let's draw it up. Make a treasure as well. Beautiful. One, two, three, four. They are tapped out. Back up to 20 for ourselves. Land into play tapped. 2 disputes ready to draw. Sunrise is great. They gain life. Kato in play. Takes the minus.
Sneak right by. I've got all
Gonna sack a treasure. We've not played a land or anything. Ooh. Ooh. Let's get Junji active. And they have to exile this. And then we can discard the Hullbreaker with Kato. Junji dies, we bring Hullbreaker out. Well, I mean, that already happened, I guess. We're gonna make them discard. Right, because we don't have much in our graveyard here that we want. So hopefully this gives us some of an advantage. Okay, borrow time and a field wipe. Kato can draw and discard.
This is a juicy secret.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Toss the land. Pass our turn. Hullbreaker should get us the win. Good card. Good game. That's Hullbreaker just wins games here. We're gonna draw and we're gonna cast on top, bounce everything but the exiles, right? So. All right. Well, we got roped by our opponent before the game even started, which to me signifies that they've logged into the stream and are looking to snipe. So, you know, hello. Brutal. That is what it is. At least they're a fan. Probably not, though. It's the only time they log in to watch. But at least you have heard of us. All right? Like Jack Sparrow. But you have heard of me. Expressive iteration, let's go. It's always the is it players too, right? They take this game so seriously. I love it. It's fantastic. We just ramp Adelphia. It's the only thing we don't have two blue sources of. Hullbreaker can go. I mean, you know, how many do you need? We'll just keep ramping. There's probably a counterspell here. So I don't want to cast the expensive one. One, two, three, four, five, six. The plot thickens. Probably just playing into counter magic, but hey, let's go for it still. Oh, wait. They're screen cheating, so how will that ever work? Right, good luck getting that cast through. We know they have counter magic. Dragon in play. 4 mana up. Let's take our hit. Hook for 4 into their counterspell. I guess just debating whether it's worth countering the meat hook or not. You know, they say yes, and, you know, big surprise. And that's typically why some of these individuals will screen sheet, because the match becomes, you know, inherently easier when you know which spells you have to counter, right? I guess the question is, did they have more than one? I would have to say yes. Looks like a no. I don't mind the stroke. Right? It also gets rid of probably the majority of their counters. Windfall would have been good to take because they have Goldspan out, but... Alright, they get so upset they have to kill it immediately. We still gain access to the card. Nothing changes. That was a single copy card. Wow. Wait a minute. Should we not gain access to cast that? No, it's only for as long as you control her. I thought we retained access to it. There's me being a dingling. No access to it when she leaves. I could have swore we retained access to it. Can Hullbreaker help us? Doubtably. Right, that Fading Hope can hurt. We don't have instant instant spell to throw on top there, really. They do have protection on the dragon as well if we try to take it. Let's just dig. I don't know what will help us, in all honesty.
The system can't fix everything, but we can. I know something you don't know.
Junji can bring the spider back if dealt with, but I'm pretty sure there's just a fading hope on us, right? There's nothing we can do about that. They still hit for another 4. And then who knows what else on top of it. Multiverse out. They bounce the Midnight Sky, hit us for 4. If they play a Disciple, it's game. It could still be game, depending on what's in their hand, right? Like, we know they've got 3 damage at least. Just through the spike and the other stuff. Protection as well, right?
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
Let's toss a land, play a land, Junji out. They're just drawing for bounce spells, I'd assume. Or another attacker, right? Like another dragon gets them lethal. There's nothing great in our graveyard to take as long as they hold up protection. It's this shelter that's been saving them the entire time. They know this. Good game. They could have even sheltered the dragon. Right? Given it unblockable. Alrighty, going first. The land is not great. We can path for black sources for the hook. Hopefully we get there. Having just some of the worst luck I've had actually in the queue today. With a variety of decks as well, which is pretty crazy. In slow, hold up disruption. Then we path. Playing against enchantments, of course. Hopefully we get a nice counter spell here. I'll play slow too. We still get to hold up disruption. And then we smack this Runeforge champion upside the head. Grab a second black source. Come on. Land can go. Soaring City is out. We have nice single target. We also have a field wipe for X equals 3. Well, that's a dead turn. Let's do a big boy path. We get the scry here as well. Well, we have the second blue. Let's just take another black source. Hook can go. We have lots of removal. They need haste, right? They're gonna cast this other Scald, I'd assume. Interesting. Unless they're giving it haste. Excuse me. There it is. Do they have protection for it as well? I guess we'll just hook instead. Instead of single targeting it. Well, no, now we can single target it. Nice. Down to 13. Just keep ramping. Land can go. That scry's actually kind of saving us. I'm still worried here, just, you know, about more haste. We have a pretty full hand. We need another champion. There it is. Alright, so they grab haste from the grave. Or even from... They should take it from the grave, but they might take it from the library. I don't know. Yeah, from the grave. Nice. And then a naturalist. Oh my lord. And then the rune. Still getting hit for a whack load. For 5. X equals 6. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just in case they have a +1. Alright, Snakeskin Veil, something like this. They're gonna lose. Sorry, we're gonna gain 2 life. I always get that backwards. They still have a full mitt, which is pretty scary. Generous Visitor. That's okay, 4 cards in hand. Another Showdown, not great. What do they get here? Visitor and 3 lands. Lands aren't that bad. Wow. That's not great. So let's Shambling Ghast. Dispute for the draw. Wow. How about these lands, man? Nice. So I think we're probably just going to die here. At least they don't have any permanents, non-land permanents through the showdown. 4 cards in hand, though. I think we need just a few more lands. Getting hit for 3. Most likely 5. They're gonna nuke the hook, I imagine. So hit for 3. Down to 8. Ha 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 ha. Oh my lord. Watch this. 2 more lands. Junji and Kato's not the worst.
I won't let Kamigawa fail my family again.
Kato can draw and discard.
Now this is a juicy secret.
Get rid of this land. We have to kill that Haunting. Because that's not good, right? And as long as they're not powering up, grabbing Trample, we might be okay. Kato phases. We don't really have any creatures. We might just make them discard if we die. Guaranteed we get exiled, though, instead. Rune of Speed for the +1. +2, actually. They don't need haste. They just want the draw. And they're looking for Trample. Showdown. +1. +1. Looking for Trample, they find it. Are you kidding me? They find another Rune of Speed, too. Wow. So it's 10-9. $11-10 now. Yikes. That's not cool, man. More of the same. I mean, just like super flooding. Wow.
Bet you can't catch us.
I don't know what's up with this land. That is crazy. 14 land out. Not even halfway through our deck. Well over half of the land that we have in build. So, I mean, as long as there's no trample. Nice. I guess trample and they basically win, right? If I draw a land here,
Now, what
It's the best land we could have drawn, but damn, bro. Why you gotta play your homie like that? We just wait and bounce whatever they have with trample. We bounce our meat hook. I think like we need to bounce this now to survive. They have enough mana just to recast this. But we can fizzle the rune, but they re-grab the rune. Okay, so that's their last cast. Just start resetting the field. I know they still have haste. And the draw. So we have to bounce the creature. And if they get a third haste rune, they'll win. Just so they don't get the draw. Two cards left in hand. Should be fine. That's questionable, though. And we're going to top deck a land here. What? We have to block. They deal 4 damage to us with Nganjo's Uprising. Yeah. I mean, is that or we lose? Oh, Lord.
It's like your defenses aren't even
No attacks. Junji can grab a Hullbreaker if it doesn't just get exiled. Life gain on the life gain creature. Interesting. They exiled Junji. Are you kidding me? Brutal. Land off the top. Right, why wouldn't we draw another land? Oh my god.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
It has to be the Rune of Sustenance. Or we super risk the biscuit with the showdown. Draw a card, we gain life gain. Deadly Dispute on the treasure. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Doing this for 3, which would give us 4. It's not enough. Which is not enough. What if they get exiled? Then we're screwed. So we have to go in with another Kato. Maybe -2 just for a blocker in case. Pass turn. Phase out. Hopefully they just top decked a land. Nice. Toss the mire. Auto pay. Grab the breaker. Draw and discard.
Now this is a juicy secret.
Good game. Holy Toledo's. Wow, what a match. What a freaking headache that was. This deck is crazy, man. Spider saves the day, though. I love this card. Holy Toledo's. I am getting absolutely crushed today. Winning some matches, but barely. And the craziest thing is I have played this deck extensively before filming it. It has performed so good for me. Just not today. And that's kind of how these things go as a content creator. It's like, okay, I'm going to press the record button now, and then just everything shuts down. It's like land, 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 land. Yes! Some days go really well, though, and things are always in balance, right? So when you see me just slaying it, do remember that these other days come into play as well. And it doesn't mean that the deck's bad. I think this is a fantastic deck. It's just, you know, luck of the draw, luck of the matchup, and, you know, at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that there's not room for improvements. What do you guys think? How can we make this deck even more competitive? What did you like? What didn't you like? Let me know down below in the comments. And of course, become a YouTube member so you can check out that exclusive video where I rip open nearly 200. Like, I got gouged on this bad, you guys. They charged me $200 Canadian for this. Sells online for 140. 5-head, didn't look till after. Also drove 400 kilometers to get it. LOL. Oh, Lord have mercy. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Check out that Linktree link, like, comment, subscribe, that stuff too. You all know, I just have to repeat it. But most importantly, have a magical day, and we'll see you soon.